My year-end bonus came in at $1. I stared at those digits for a full minute. No anger, no resentment, not even a ripple of emotion. For 3 years, I worked at this company called Hui Huang Tech. Like a blindfolded donkey, I circled around a system called ARC, turning day and night without rest. ARC, the lifeblood of the company's entire operation. From the underlying architecture to the iteration of every module, every single character of code was typed by me alone. It was like a child I had carried for 10 months, birthed through blood and sweat. And my immediate supervisors, Zhang Li and company president Zhao Haoyu, were the two executioners feasting on that child's blood. Then I opened the company's OA system, my cursor hovered over the resignation button. The cold fluorescent light reflected off my pallid face. I clicked submit. In the field for the reason for resignation, I typed only 4 characters. Personal reasons. After finishing all this, I shut down my computer, packed up my backpack which I'd used for only 3 years, a backpack so worn out its original color is gone. I stand up. The entire technical department is empty. Only the lone lamp at my desk is still on. It's past 3 in the morning again, just like it's been every single day for over 1,000 nights. I walk out of the office building like a ghost. The cold wind hits my face. I finally shiver, belatedly realizing it. So winter has already become this cold. At 9 the next morning, I arrived at the office right on time. I walked straight to Zhang Li's office. He was holding a cup of pour-over coffee, leisurely scrolling through his phone. He raised an eyebrow in annoyance when he saw me. Lin Zhou, did you finish fixing that emergency bug last night? I didn't answer his question. I simply handed him my resignation letter. Mr. Zhang, I'm resigning. Lin Zhou, are you throwing a temper tantrum? Do you have a problem with your year-end bonus? A single dollar is a bit low, I suppose. But a young person like you needs to keep the bigger picture in mind. The company is currently at a critical stage of development. We all need to tighten our belts and get through this together. You have endured so much for this company. Both Mr. Zhao and I have seen it all. How could we ever mistreat you? My gaze fell on the shiny watch on his wrist. That was a small gift he bought for himself, after he spent 2 weeks pulling all-nighters, to secure a $10 million project for the company. While my project bonus was a 500 yuan. Outstanding employee red envelope. I want to take a break. Fine. Since you are so tired, I will give you a few days off. Take some time to clear your head. Come back to work whenever you have figured things out. But let me warn you, Lin Zhou, do not think too highly of yourself. This project, this company, it will keep running. Without anyone. There is a line of graduates from top-tier universities, waiting for a chance to get into Hui Huang Tech. The HR representative looked at me with surprise, but after receiving an internal call from Zhang Li, they put on a strictly professional mask. I remained silent and cooperative throughout the entire process. Finally, on the resignation handover form, I signed my name. In the handover documents, I only wrote the basic operating guide for the ARC system. As for its true core architecture, the 3-layer nested underlying logic, the unique encryption key algorithm I wrote myself and never reported, and the layers of backdoors and timers I set up to prevent code leaks. I didn't mention a single word. This is the work of my own heart and soul. They don't deserve it. After finishing all the paperwork, carrying a cardboard box filled with my few personal belongings, I walked out of the building. I looked up at the towering glass-walled skyscraper. In my eyes, it is a tomb about to collapse. Afterward, I went to the city's largest real estate agency and said to the stunned agent, my only requirement for selling the house is full payment. The sooner, the better. Your house is in a great location. There's really no need to drop the price this much. If you wait a bit longer, you'll definitely find a better buyer. I need the money urgently. I need money. Enough to get me out of this country as fast as possible. 3 days later, the house was sold, and a sum far greater than all my saved wages was deposited into my account. I booked a one-way ticket to New Zealand. A week later, in the airport VIP lounge, I sent a WeChat message to Wang Yang, my only trusted colleague and friend, asking him to feed my cat for a few days. Upon seeing Wang Yang's reply, I turned off my phone completely. The roar of the plane's engines began. The aircraft started to taxi. The city outside the window grew smaller and smaller, eventually fading into a blur of light. Goodbye to my youth. Goodbye to the cage where I poured 3 years of my life. Starting today, Lin Zhou is dead. What remains is a brand new me. The plane landed in Queenstown, New Zealand. The moment I stepped out of the airport, the air of the southern hemisphere summer hit me, filled with the scent of fresh grass and lake water. The air, unique to summer in the southern hemisphere and scented with fresh grass and lake water, rushed to meet him. The warm breeze greeted me head-on. I took a deep breath. It felt as though the stale air I had painstakingly accumulated over 3 years was completely washed away in that moment. I rented a small cabin with a garden by Lake Wakatapu. Opening the window revealed the azure lake and the rolling snow-capped mountains. I began living a life I had never imagined possible. Growing flowers and fishing. Going for morning runs along the lake trail. I felt like I had finally come alive. Days went by one after another. On the 5th day, on my new overseas phone number, I received a WeChat voice message from Zhao Haoyu. His voice sounded cautious, yet laced with anxiety. Why is the server maintenance documentation you left behind only 1 page long? A port on the CRM system suddenly lost its connection yesterday. I told him to simply follow the instructions in the document. There was silence on Zhao Haoyu's end. I could picture him scratching his head in frustration at his phone. Watching the show unfold feels pretty good. The company's chaos has only just begun. Some of the minor bugs I had casually suppressed before are now popping up one after another like bamboo shoots after spring rain. Without me as the only one with the system patches, the technical department, those programmers being run ragged by Zhang Li, were in a state of panic. Zhang Li was furious during the weekly department meeting. Lin Zhou is gone. So are you all just useless? You can't even fix a minor bug? What am I even paying you for? He tried to pack up my code and hand it over to an outsourcing firm, but after studying it for 2 days, the outsource team sent it right back. citing the lack of a complete system architecture and underlying logic. It meant they didn't know where to start, and any reckless attempt to modify it would cause the entire system to collapse. That was when Zhang Li started to panic, because the real trouble had arrived. The company's biggest client, a publicly traded company, suddenly had their core data interface throwing errors, shutting down their operations for half a day, and causing massive financial losses. The client's CTO was absolutely livid, calling the CEO, Zhao Haoyu, directly, and threatening to initiate breach of contract claims, as well as terminating all future partnerships. This contract was the company's largest source of profit for the year. Zhang Li completely panicked. Trembling, he knocked on the CEO's office door. Since I left, this was the first time he had called me. Watching the name Zhang Li flash on the screen, I hung up without a second thought. Then I blocked him, and a second later, a number I didn't recognize called in. I hung up and blocked that one too. This repeated a dozen times or so, until the phone finally went quiet. Mr. Zhao, this has to be Lin Zhou's doing. When he quit, he intentionally left a trap in the system. That man has zero integrity. This is a calculated act of revenge. Brother Zhao, we're in big trouble. Zhang the Skinflint had been berated by the boss so badly, that he came out of the office crying. Word is, the boss flew into a massive rage in his office, saying he's going to the job market to hire a new architect, offering triple what he pays now, triple the salary. Zhao Haoyu is still just as arrogant, just as conceited. He really thinks that every problem in this world, everything can be solved with money. He thinks everyone has a price tag, and can be replaced at any time. He is wrong. Some things cannot be bought with money, like the Ark, which represents 3 years of my heart and soul, and belongs to me alone. I look at the tranquil lake outside the window, and let out a soft laugh. The storm is coming, and I will be thousands of miles away watching. The grand fireworks show performed just for me. The 8th day. Judgment Day has arrived. A morning in New Zealand. The sky is just starting to brighten. I put on my sneakers, and go for a morning run along the lake. I breathe the crisp air into my lungs. Tastes sweet. Halfway through my run, the phone in my pocket starts buzzing frantically. It is not just one call, but a relentless stream of them. I stop in my tracks. He pulled out his phone. Rows of unfamiliar numbers from back home on the screen came pouring in like a tide. One hung up, and the next one appeared immediately. WeChat friend requests also began to explode. Dozens, hundreds of them with all sorts of profile pictures, but the verification messages were surprisingly consistent. Lin Zhou, please answer the phone. Engineer Lin, help us. The company is going under. Engineer Lin, I'm Mr. Zhao's assistant. Mr. Zhao is looking for you. He's going crazy trying to find you. I scrolled through the screen with an expressionless face, until I saw a message from Wang Yang that sounded nearly hysterical. A voice message delivered with a crying tone. Brother Zhou, something huge happened. The Arc system is locked down. At exactly 8 o'clock this morning, every computer screen in the company suddenly went black. Then a window popped up. There was only one line of text on it, waiting for architect private key verification. All the back-end data, all the back-end data, all client data, every single business system is completely inaccessible. The company is totally paralyzed. The corners of my mouth slowly curled upward, finally erupting into a brilliant smile. The high-level security protocol I personally installed for the Arc has been triggered. To prevent core system data from being stolen or maliciously tampered with, every quarter, the system automatically enters a locked state. It requires me to perform a private biometric iris scan, combined with a 128-character dynamic private key, for dual verification, to activate the next cycle of operations. This level of security is something I designed, based on military-grade encryption systems. I never told anyone about this. I tucked my phone back into my pocket and continued my jog, while the scene inside the Hui Huang Tech headquarters played out vividly in my mind. It must be spectacular. Hundreds of employees are helpless, staring at pitch-black computer screens. The customer service department's phones are ringing off the hook with angry clients. Every call is like a bomb going off. The sales team can't access contract data, getting berated by partners until they can't even lift their heads. The finance department is unable to process any payments. The company's entire cash flow has ground to a halt. And inside the president's office, Zhao Haoyu's face must have never been this livid before. He would be acting like a furious lion, roaring at a terrified Zhang Li who was shaking in his boots. Is this what you called no problem? Is this what you meant when you said the company can run perfectly fine without him? I don't know. Mr. Zhao, I really don't know. He never mentioned that this existed. That devious little weasel. Eventually, Zhao Haoyu uses his cell phone, or starts using his own phone to call me personally. Watching the name Zhao Haoyu finally pop up on my phone screen, I calmly press the mute button. Let him call. Let him experience what it feels like to be truly desperate with nowhere to turn. He tries calling from different numbers, from his assistant's phone to the front desk landline. Text messages are also flying in like snowflakes. The tone starts off condescending. Lin Zhou, call back immediately and report. Then it shifts to desperate commands. Lin Zhou, get back here. Let's talk. Don't throw a temper tantrum like a child. Followed by threats delivered through gritted teeth. This is corporate extortion. I'm warning you, our legal department will be in touch shortly. You are committing a crime. I leisurely jogged back to my cabin, fried myself 2 golden sunny-side-up eggs, served with lightly toasted bread and a glass of milk. I carried my tray out to the garden, and snapped a photo of the clear blue lake and the snow-capped mountains in the distance. Then I opened my WeChat, which was practically bursting with notifications, and posted to my feed. Photo. Great food and a beautiful view, with the caption, New Life. I blocked my parents and relatives from seeing it, making it visible only to the entire staff at Hui Huang Tech. After posting, I set my phone aside and poked the soft-boiled egg. The golden yolk began to ooze out slowly, just like the cold sweat dripping from a certain arrogant capitalist right about now. The game has begun, and this time I make the rules. I posted it to my social feed. It was like throwing a bucket of water into a scorching deep fryer. It exploded instantly. My phone didn't stop vibrating. Zhao Haoyu stepped up his phone bombardment, but he soon realized I had blocked all his numbers. He started looking for other ways to reach me. The first call went to my parents' house. My mother's anxious voice came through the receiver. Lin Zhou, what on earth is going on? Your boss called the house. He said you're in serious trouble. He wants you back to handle it immediately. Did something happen to you? Mom, I'm fine. Quit my job. I'm studying abroad now. The cell reception is bad here. That was just my old boss. We're having a bit of a dispute. I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. Don't answer any more of his calls. I hung up the phone. My eyes turned cold. Zhao Haoyu, you actually dared to go after my family. I've marked this debt down. Shortly after, Zhang Li, from God knows what dark corner, dug up my ex-girlfriend's contact information, trying to play the emotional card. My ex-girlfriend sent me the screenshots. Zhang Li's WeChat. His voice message was as manipulative as it gets, saying that Lin Zhou is a good man, but he's just too extreme. Please go talk some sense into him. Don't let him ruin his own future just to be petty. I immediately had my ex-girlfriend send back a big, red, blunt greeting in reply. Zhao Haoyu finally pulled strings with those connections he's so proud of, and tracked down this new number of mine in New Zealand. When the phone rang, I was fishing by the lake, looking at the unfamiliar international area code on the screen. I knew it was him. This time, I picked up, Lin Zhou, what do you want? Money? A promotion? Name your price. Mr. Zhao, keep your voice down. You're scaring my fish. I'm not interested in working for anyone right now. A $1 million year-end bonus and the position of Deputy Director of the Technical Department. I'll double the project bonuses you previously asked for and pay them all to you. Just come back now, immediately, right this second. 1 million. That sounds like a lot. But Mr. Zhao, I made way more than that selling my place. After saying that, without waiting for his reaction, I hung up the phone. Not long after, another message came from Wang Yang. This time it was text, brief and to the point. Several major clients have collectively sent legal notices, preparing to initiate breach of contract claims, with the initial estimated damages reaching 9 figures. 3. Those so-called top-tier hackers Mr. Zhao spent a fortune to hire, spent a whole day and night studying the ARC's firewall, only to report that the system's defense logic is a self-contained loop. Unless the servers are physically destroyed, it's impossible to hack from the outside. Everything is going exactly according to plan. Just then, my phone rang again. It was Zhao Haoyu once more. This time, his voice lacked any anger. There were no threats, only a broken tremor, the sound of a man driven to the edge. Lin, I apologize for everything that happened before. Please, come back and help the company get through this crisis. Name your terms. Anything I can do, you'll do it? Anything at all. Let me think about it. I'm not in a hurry. The more critical the situation, the more you need to keep your cool. I want to watch them squirm like ants on a hot skillet, trapped in despair and agony, as I slowly drain away every last ounce of their arrogance and patience. I took the plump rainbow trout back to my cabin, and prepared a full fish feast with care. Grilled fish, fish soup, sashimi. I poured myself a glass of New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, and sipped it slowly while gazing out at the lake and mountains. Meanwhile, at the Hui Huang Tech headquarters, a hysterical blame game is unfolding inside the CEO's office. Wang Yang is live-streaming the whole thing to me over WeChat. Zhao Haoyu is unleashing all his rage upon his once most valuable subordinate Zhang Li. You were the one who told me that Lin Zhou was insignificant, and that his technical skills were replaceable. You were the one who docked his year-end bonus to claim credit, which drove him to quit. Now the company is finished. A $100 million contract is about to go down the drain. Are you happy now? Mr. Zhao, it's not my fault. He's just narrow-minded. He couldn't even handle a $1 bonus. I was just trying to cut costs for the company. Cut costs? Get out of here right now. Zhang Li completely broke down. After being kicked out of the office, the first thing she did was send me dozens of 60-second long WeChat voice messages. It was like watching an annual emotional drama unfold. It started with vicious cursing. They called me an ungrateful traitor. They called me disloyal. They claimed the company invested in me, and that I bit the hand that fed me. Lin Zhou, you snake, you'll get what's coming to you. I must have been blind. I never should have hired you in the first place. Get back here now. After realizing I wasn't responding at all, his tone shifted to begging. Lin Zhou, Zhou. For the sake of the time we worked together, please, can you help me out? Tell Mr. Zhao that this has nothing to do with me. It's all your fault. No. What I mean is, come back and unlock the system. As long as the company is fine, Mr. Zhao won't fire me. I was wrong. I was genuinely wrong. I shouldn't have withheld your bonus. I shouldn't have taken credit for your hard work. Please just look. Consider that I still have a mortgage and car payments to make. Just let me off the hook. Listening to Zhang Li's words, my face remained completely expressionless. I slowly finished the last bite of my grilled fish, and then I did one thing. I converted all those dozens of voice messages from Zhang Li into text, and then I packaged, copied, and pasted them exactly as they were, sending them to Zhao Haoyu. Zhao Haoyu went silent on his end. He is a smart man. He surely understands the meaning behind my action. I am telling him that I am no longer the pushover he can manipulate at will, or the person who can be trampled underfoot by someone like Zhang Li. I am telling him that their internal infighting is just a laughable drama in my eyes. And now, it's time for the curtain to fall on this performance. The Grand Tower of Hui Huang has already begun to rot and collapse from within. I left him hanging for a full day. It wasn't until the next morning that I finally took the initiative to call Zhao Haoyu. The phone was answered almost instantly. Mr. Zhao, I'll get straight to the point. Have you made up your mind? My time is very valuable. In just 2 days, Zhao Haoyu looked like he had aged 10 years, and the office was in complete disarray. Lin Zhou, tell me, what will it take? For you to unlock the system, let's start by talking about my emotional damages. Of course, absolutely. How much are you asking for? 30 million. 30 million? Lin Zhou, why don't you just go rob someone? Don't get excited, Mr. Zhang. You have the choice not to pay. Just check the news. The market value evaporated in one day should be worth more than that, right? And those breach of contract penalties from the big clients. I hear they are being calculated in the hundreds of millions. Compared to the losses you caused, my 30 million is just a drop in the bucket. I'm actually helping you cut your losses. Get it? I'll pay. Good. President Zhao is truly a man of vision. The money is just the first step. Next, I want you and Zhang Li to hold a company-wide live stream. The content of the stream is simple. You will publicly apologize to me, Lin Zhou, for the 1 yuan year-end bonus. I will write the apology script myself. All you have to do is read it word for word in front of the camera. I agree to everything. The next morning, on the internal OA system at Huihuang Tech, an unprecedented live stream began. Wang Yang sent me the link the moment it started. On screen, Zhao Haoyu and Zhang Li stood side by side. I, Zhao Haoyu, as president of Huihuang Tech, extend my most sincere apologies once again to former employee Mr. Lin Zhou. Due to my mismanagement and arrogant decision-making, I tacitly allowed the technical director, Zhang Li, to mistreat Mr. Lin Zhou for a long time, including but not limited to stealing his professional work and withholding his project bonuses, and ultimately decided to issue a $1 year-end bonus. As a way to humiliate him personally, I deeply realized that my actions severely wounded the dignity of an outstanding employee, and also went against the company's core values. Hereby, I offer my formal apology to Mr. Lin Zhou. I am sorry. After he finished, it was Zhang Li's turn. His voice trembled like a leaf in the autumn wind, barely able to hold a steady note. I, Zhang Li, for my previous manipulative behavior, and for shifting blame, apologized to Mr. Lin Zhou. I am sorry. The live stream's comment section had gone completely wild. Holy crap, is this for real? Am I dreaming? The $1 year-end bonus is actually true. The CEO and the director are apologizing publicly. This is absolutely explosive. Who is Lin Zhou? He is such a legend, taking down an entire company's top management single-handedly. Brother Zhou is unstoppable. So he wasn't just throwing a tantrum, he was forced out. The 30 million in technical service fees, within half an hour after the live stream ended, arrived on time in my designated overseas account. Zhao Haoyu is highly efficient, and he has a strong survival instinct too. I kept my promise. I opened my laptop, my index finger flying across the keyboard. I didn't connect to the company's internal network. Instead, I used an encrypted satellite channel I set up myself to remotely connect to the ARC system server. A string of temporary keys was entered, and the next second, Wang Yang's WeChat call came through. His voice was incoherent with excitement. Brother Zhou, it's lit up. It's lit up. The computers, the screens all lit up. The system is back. I gave a faint It's just a temporary unlock though, I told him. After 72 hours, if there are no new instructions, the system will lock up again, and it's a permanent destruction of data. I calmly stated a brutal fact. Zhao Haoyu thought that once the money was paid and the goods were delivered, the matter was settled. He was too naive. I hung up on Wang Yang. I opened my email and sent a new message to Zhao Haoyu. The subject line was about follow-up negotiations regarding the ownership of the ARC system. The email content was very brief. Mr. Zhao, thank you for the 30 million. But this money was just a temporary 72-hour unlock fee. Now we can talk about the issue of ownership of the ARC system itself. In the attachment of the email, I included a PDF file. The file contained the personal patent certificate for the core algorithmic architecture of the ARC system. Patent holder, Lin Zhou, application date, 1 year ago, while I was building the ARC system for Huihuang Tech. I had already prepared for this. I took the most core and underlying algorithm of the entire system, and registered it with the International Patent Organization under my own name. It's like I built a building. Huihuang Tech has the right to live in this building, but the land it sits on is mine. I never intended to use it before, but now they have personally handed this weapon to me. Less than a minute after the email was sent, Zhao Haoyu called me back immediately. This time, his voice held no traces of pleading. Instead, it was a frantic, furious roar. Lin Zhou, what is the meaning of this? What exactly are you trying to do? Don't you dare cross the line. This system was developed during your time at the company. It is a work-for-hire product of the company. It belongs to the company's assets. No, Mr. Zhao, you are mistaken. According to the employment contract I signed with the company, as well as relevant laws and regulations, there are prerequisites for defining a work-for-hire product. And when I was developing the ARC, I cleverly circumvented every factor that would constitute a work-for-hire. Therefore, what you have had, from the very beginning, was merely the right to use this system. And now I am taking that back. Of course, I'm not an unreasonable person. I am willing to transfer the ownership of the system to your company. As for the price, let's go with 1 yuan. Just like the year-end bonus you gave me. Mr. Zhao, my terms are that simple. Either you pay that 1 yuan to buy the ownership of ARC back from me, and we sign a formal transfer agreement, or in 72 hours, the system will automatically execute its final command, wiping every server hard drive and permanently destroying all data. Oh, and by the way, a friendly reminder, I am the legal owner of the system's core algorithm, clearing out intangible assets under my own name. That's legally known as asset disposal, and it's perfectly legal. Zhao Haoyu was in complete despair. He finally realized, ever since I received that 1 yuan bonus, I had been setting this up. I resigned calmly, handled the handover calmly, and calmly sold my house to move abroad. Every step was completely unexpected to him, yet exactly according to my plan. He thought he had driven away just another submissive employee, a programmer meant to be exploited. He was wrong. The person he pushed away was a devil he could never afford to cross. Just when I thought Zhao Haoyu would either erupt in silence or surrender, an unexpected phone call disrupted my rhythm. The caller ID showed an unfamiliar domestic number, but I took one look at the area code, and I knew it wasn't one of Zhao Haoyu's people. The person calling was Li Qiming, the CEO of Qiming Tech. Mr. Lin, I'll get straight to the point. We've heard about what happened at Huihuang Tech. The ARC system you designed. Our company's technical team has studied it from the sidelines. It is truly stunning. We believe talent like yours should not be buried, and certainly should not be humiliated by capital in such a way. We would like to invite you to join Qiming Tech. Not as an employee, of course, but as a partner. This offer was jaw-droppingly generous. Li Qiming wasn't just trying to poach me, he wanted to take my ARC system along with me, and the terms he laid out hit every one of my requirements precisely. Autonomy, financial backing, and a powerful support system. I have no idea how that news reached Zhao Haoyu. Perhaps Li Qiming leaked it on purpose, to put pressure on me, and to deal a fatal blow to Zhao Haoyu. Anyway, less than 10 minutes after I hung up on Li Qiming, Wang Yang sent me an urgent update. Brother Zhou, Zhao Haoyu has lost it. He smashed everything in the office that could be smashed. He just called an emergency meeting with the executives. It seems they're discussing how to handle the poaching attempts by Qiming Tech. Zhao Haoyu is completely panicking. He knows better than anyone. If the ARC system falls into the hands of a competitor like Qiming Tech, it won't just mean paralysis and data loss for Huihuang Tech. It's more serious than that. It would be a total catastrophe. Qiming Tech would use the ARC's core architecture to quickly develop a more advanced product. Li Qiming's proposal is indeed very tempting. I sent a text message back to Li Qiming. Thank you for the recognition, Mr. Li. The terms are very attractive. Please give me some time to consider. I intentionally left the door open. Please give me some time to consider. I intentionally left the door open. Zhang Li was officially fired by Zhao Haoyu. The company's legal department also notified her that, as the person directly responsible for the major operational failure, she would be sued for a portion of the company's losses. After this woman had been drained of her last bit of value, she was kicked to the curb without a shred of mercy. With nowhere left to turn, she actually did the most shameless and bottom-of-the-barrel thing imaginable. She tracked down my hometown address. She found my parents. That day, I was using the smart security camera at my house to check on my parents, getting ready to hop on a video call with them. And then, I saw Zhang Li on the security feed. She dropped to her knees at my front door with a thud, wailing uncontrollably at my stunned parents who had just opened the door. Her hair was disheveled, her makeup was ruined by tears, and she had completely lost her usual polished and sophisticated director persona. She looked like a total lunatic. She twisted the truth, downplayed her own role, and shifted all the blame onto me. Uncle, Auntie, I'm begging you, please help me. Back then, Lin Zhou was just being petty. He couldn't stand anyone else. I only said a few words to him, and he held a grudge. He set a trap, and ruined the entire company. Now Mr. Zhao wants to fire me, and he wants me to pay millions in damages. I have children to support at home, and a mortgage to pay off. I've been dragged into this because of him. I'm begging you to talk some sense into him. Ask him to show some mercy. Let me go. And spare the company too. He's going to end up in prison for doing this. He was weeping and pleading, acting like it was all true. My honest, simple-minded parents had never seen anything like this. They were terrified and didn't know what to do. They could only help him up and try to console him. I watched the monitor, looking at his repulsive face and the anxious, worried expressions of my parents. My gaze grew colder by the second. I didn't call back immediately. I pressed the remote voice call button on the security camera. A cold, emotionless, synthesized voice suddenly rang out at my front door. Director Zhang, back when you stole the project proposal I spent 3 sleepless nights writing, and claimed it as your own work during the meeting. Why didn't you think about today? Back when you took the project bonuses you docked from my pay, to hand out year-end envelopes to your deadbeat relative, and gave him a cushy job for nothing. Why didn't you think there would be consequences? Back when you stood in front of the whole department, and called the results of my hard work worthless. Using young people shouldn't worry about minor losses to gaslight me. Why didn't you consider that the tables might turn? Now take your tears and your twisted, lying narrative, and get out of my house. Don't let me see you through this camera ever again. My voice was calm, yet it carried an undeniable chill that he couldn't resist. Zhang Li looked as if his soul had been drained out of him. He collapsed to the floor, completely drained of strength. A few seconds later, he scrambled to his feet, and fled in a pathetic panic without ever looking back. I watched his back disappear at the end of the hallway, my eyes completely void of emotion. Word of this incident quickly reached Zhao Haoyu. Through this, he finally understood one undeniable fact. Lin Zhou would never go soft. No amount of sentiment, nor any form of moral manipulation would have any effect on me. With that, his last shred of wishful thinking was shattered. With only 3 hours left in the 72-hour deadline, my legal team, the top corporate attorneys in New Zealand, received a call from the legal department at Huihuang Tech. They sent over a drafted intellectual property transfer agreement. My legal team spent 2 hours reviewing the agreement word for word, ensuring there were no word games or legal traps hidden within. Once we confirmed everything was foolproof, we initiated the final video conference. Zhao Haoyu's lawyer, my legal team, and Zhao Haoyu and I were all present on screen. Zhao Haoyu sat at the head of the table. His eyes were hollow. His face was ashen. He just sat there silently, like a stone statue on the verge of erosion. The meeting began. Lawyers from both sides confirmed the final version of the agreement. Before signing, Zhao Haoyu looked up, his gaze piercing through the screen, and landing on my face. Lin Zhou, he said, his voice raspy. You won. I looked at him and calmly shook my head. I never intended to win against anyone. I was simply taking back what belonged to me, and reclaiming the respect I was owed in the process. Zhao Haoyu gave a wretched smile, a smile filled with endless bitterness and regret. Perhaps he was wondering, if only he hadn't been so arrogant, if only he hadn't been so stingy, even if he had just given a few more thousand in a year-end bonus, would the outcome have been completely different? It is a pity that it didn't happen. With both lawyers acting as witnesses, Zhao Haoyu's hand trembled as he picked up the electronic signature pen. On that agreement transferring all intellectual property rights of the ARC system to me, he signed his name. In the transfer price field, 1 yuan was clearly written. The moment the agreement was signed and became legally binding, I opened my mobile banking app right in front of him. I entered the company account for Huihuang Tech. I entered 1.00 as the transfer amount, and in the memo field, I clearly typed 2 words: acquisition payment. I clicked confirm, and the transfer was successful. I took a screenshot of the successful transfer and displayed it to everyone on the other end of the meeting software. Mr. Zhao, the transaction is complete. At this moment, the tides have turned. I used the same method he used to humiliate me to deliver the final, fatal blow. A forced surrender. A strike to the heart. This was the most thorough, most resounding slap in the face to corporate arrogance. Zhao Haoyu stared at that 1 yuan transfer screenshot, his body swaying violently. He couldn't catch his breath. He slumped backward. The video feed cut out amidst a cacophony of panic shouting. Zhao Haoyu didn't die in the end, but the Huihuang Tech